bullied my sister until she tried to unalive herself, so I made sure he never hurt her again. Lena was 12 when the teasing started, and 14 when it turned sharp. She'd always been small for her age, folding herself into corners with sketchbooks and cookies. The kind of kid whose laugh arrives late but lands honest. Jonah found her quietness like a challenge. At first, it was shoved backpacks and nicknames: mouse, freak, the usual cruelties that adults call kids being kids. Then it escalated. Messages posted with her photo and jokes about her family. A video of him forcing her to dance while others filmed. Whispered dares that left bruise-shaped memories. Teachers wrote on clipboards and parents sighed. Lena stopped going to the lunch table. She stopped answering when I knocked on her door. She started to sleep with the lamp on. The night she came home and didn't speak, everything changed. She had a note in her pocket. No signature, just a crude drawing of a crossed-out sketchbook. 2 weeks later, a kid in our class found her in the bathroom, pale and shaking, and someone called the ambulance. Jonah had piled on like a pack of dogs. She'd been pushed so far that for a long black hour, she tried to leave the noise behind forever. She survived. They patched her wounds with white tape and soft words that never reached deep enough. The school suspended Jonah for a week. A week did nothing. The doctors said Lena was lucky. Luck didn't erase the way she flinched at echoes. Anger tastes different when it's patient. I didn't want to trade my life for his. I wanted him dismantled in the only language he respected. Loss of control. I started quietly. Screenshots archived. Messages saved. Receipts noted. I asked the kids Lena trusted for small things. Timestamps. Memory of who laughed when. Angles of phones that filmed the worst nights. They handed me their phones like breadcrumbs. Jonah was sloppy. He bragged online. He kept receipts for the energy drinks they used to egg each other on. He left his camera where a friend could borrow it. Patterns emerged because cruelty is a habit, and habits repeat until someone reads the script. First, I took his stage. The group that orbited Jonah loved his stories about dominating the school. I started seeding doubt. Anonymous posts appeared in the group chats. Screenshots with red highlights. Softened audio with timecodes. Friends texted each other. Did you know? Conversations that once circled him began to split. He lost his one-upmanship when boys who cheered him on saw the edits and the context and felt small for having laughed. Then I pushed the leash. A spam of formal complaints sent to the district's email with the evidence attached. A few carefully timed messages to local teens who ran the school's online paper. A voicemail to the coach with names and dates. Bureaucracy moved slow, but the net I'd woven tightened. Next, I took his nights. Not with noise or broken windows. The petty tactics only feed adrenaline, but with plausible wrongness. His car alarm chirped precisely after midnight on nights he was out. His locker would be found stuck one morning with his jacket inside and his gear scattered. A friend reported seeing him near a group he swore he'd never touch. Small fractures, each with an explanation he could almost call coincidence, until coincidence became a pattern. Sleep thins a man's armor. Jonah started showing up late, eyes hollowed, hands twitching when someone called his name. Where he once swaggered through halls, he started hovering near exits, calculating routes like they were chess moves he'd never learned. The turning moment wasn't violent. It was public and surgical. I timed a community meeting where parents, teachers, and students came to talk about safety. I had handed a neat folder to the principal 2 days before, anonymously if it mattered. Folders that contained dates, videos, screenshots, witness statements. I let the principal open it at the meeting, let the evidence speak, while Jonah sat there with his teenage bravado fraying into a frightened face. He tried to joke it away. A teacher read a transcript of a taunt aloud. The room went cold. His defenders went quiet. Jonah's world contracted to the size of that folding chair. That night, alone and stripped of an audience, he tried to end it again. He didn't succeed. He was taken to a hospital, then to therapy. First court-ordered, then court-watched. What came after was not vengeance with a fist. It was accountability folded into consequence. The district expelled him for harassment and stalking. The school board pushed for counseling plus community service that put him cleaning graffiti off the same lockers he targeted, watching other kids' faces while he scrubbed away the names he once called safe. His online accounts vanished one by one. Friends who'd once retweeted his jokes turned their backs. Jonah walked through town with strangers staring like a man who'd misread how people would hold him. He was required to attend programs, to listen while survivors spoke. Therapy does not erase what he did, nor does it always fix what he feels inside. But he can no longer hide behind laughter. Lena's laugh is coming back, slow and a little cautious, the way spring comes after a frost. She goes to school without looking over her shoulder. She draws darker things sometimes, then tears them up, then draws lighter ones. I won't say I'm proud. Revenge leaves long fingerprints, even on the hands that wash them, but I will say this.